So, it's October 8th, 2024, and if you haven't been registered to vote, if you didn't get registered to vote in Georgia, you no longer can. The deadline was October 7th, but not all hope is lost. More people have registered to vote in swing states across this country than in any other time. Hundreds of thousands in every swing state. That could be good news. We are in the final stretch. The final stretch to November 5th to an election that could decide the future of this country. Nay, that will decide the future of this country. And the best way for me to deal with and understand the future is by studying the past. The same thing for you. That's why we have history. So I've decided to do a little something for you today. We're going to look at some speeches throughout history from Hitler, Adolf Hitler. And we're going to see what we can learn from the past and how to navigate this future that we're on as we're in the final stretch toward election day. Quote, "The national government will therefore regard it as its first and supreme task to restore to the German people unity of mind and will. It will preserve and defend the foundations on which the strength of our nation rests. It will take under its firm protection Christianity as the basis of our morality and the family as the nucleus of our nation and our state. It wishes to base the education of the German youth on respect for our great past and pride in our old traditions. Germany must not and will not sink into communist anarchy." Adolf Hitler, 1933. Hey guys, we know we're small, but we are strong and we're growing because of you. Do you know in the last month we got over 2,000 subscribers, and I want you to help us get to 3,000 subscribers. We can do it. Press that subscribe button. It's completely free, but it means the world to us. It shows us that you like this unique take on the news. And when we get big, we promise we won't sell out and be like that other left-wing channel. Become a part of this community. I promise you, we will not let you down. Another jewel here for you. See if you recognize any of these terms. See if it can help you decipher how we can utilize this historical information to lead us into the future, what direction we should be going. Check this out. The German nation does not wish its interests to be determined and controlled by any foreign nation. France to the France, England to the English, America to the Americans. America for Americans. Americans. America's for the Americans. Sounds very familiar. America to the Americans. I'll continue. And Germany to the Germans. We are resolved to prevent the settlement in our country of a strange people which was capable of snatching for itself all the leading positions in the land, and to oust it. For it is our will to educate our own nation for these leading positions. We have hundreds of thousands of very intelligent children of peasants and of the working class. We shall have them educated. In fact, we have already begun, and we wish that one day they, and not the representatives of the aliens, may hold the leading positions in the state together with our educated classes. Above all, German culture, as its name alone shows, is German and not alien, Jewish. And therefore, its management and care will be entrusted to the members of our own nation. Nationalism. And if the rest of the world cries out with a hypocritical mind against this barbaric expulsion from Germany, mass deportation of such an irreplaceable and culturally eminently valuable element, the Jews. We can only be astonished at the conclusions they draw from its situation, for how thankful they must be that we are releasing these precious apostles of culture and placing them at the disposal of the rest of the world. Adolf Hitler, January 30th, 1939. They're ruining our culture, or they have none of their own. Maybe they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Maybe we don't have any money for North Carolina because all the money is going to the aliens. Maybe they're not sending us their best. They're releasing the jails, the prisons, the insane asylums. Maybe they're all coming from shithole countries. Either way, we need to be having America for Americans. Am I right?
Peace in the presidency. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump made headlines this week after suggesting that this year's election could be the last U.S. election if he wins in November. Trump made the comment Friday in Florida at Turning Point Action's Believers Summit.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Donald Trump is portraying himself as a religious savior. He says Election Day will be
Christian Visibility Day.
Trump has repeatedly compared his criminal trials to the crucifixion of Jesus, promoted videos calling his re-election, quote, the most important moment in human history, and that describe him as a divinely appointed ruler.
A shepherd to mankind who won't ever leave nor forsake them. So God made Trump.
He claims to be a holy warrior against an imaginary attack on Christianity.
They want to tear down crosses, but no one will be touching the cross of Christ under the Trump administration. I swear to you.
He's even selling his own version of the Bible.
We must make America pray again.
Trump is playing to a rising white Christian nationalist movement within the Republican Party.
I say it proudly. We should be Christian nationalists.
Christian nationalists believe that the law of the land is not the Constitution, but instead the law of God, as they interpret it. Trump supporters are increasingly overt in their calls to replace democracy with a MAGA theocracy.
The church is supposed to direct the government. And I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk.
We're meant to be a Christian nation. We should be a Christian nation.
Welcome to the end of democracy. We're here to overthrow it completely. We didn't get all the way there on January 6th, but we will endeavor to get rid of it and replace it with this right here.
That was a cross he was holding.